Scotland, and specifically Fort William. Came up last night from Euston, London on the Caledonian overnight sleeper, and I'm here at the start of the Great Glen Way. So I've got 4 days to get to Inverness. We're going to be going through Fort William and then following the Caledonian Canal all the way up past Loch Lochy and then obviously past Loch Ness and then into Inverness. So yeah, it's 10 o'clock, so let's get cracking. So we've pretty much got out the town of Fort William now and well on our way. We've got the Ben Nevis range back further on the right, and we're heading off to the locks of Neptune's Staircase. So that's part of the trip that I've kind of, you know, those kind of things that you want to see. That's definitely one of them. So I wish my Uncle Peter could have joined me on this leg as we head up to the locks and then onto the Caledonian Canal. I'm pretty sure he'd enjoy that. It's nice to be out on my own. I know there's a lot of people at home worrying about me, but they're taking all the precautions. If you're new to the channel, then you may not know that I suffer from epilepsy, so anything like this is quite worrying for other people. I'm not bothered really. Just done the first mile in 16 minutes, so maybe pick it up a bit more. I love Scotland. And it's just on the doorstep as well, really, if you think about it. It's a train journey from London. Soldiers Bridge. I don't know why it's called the Soldiers Bridge. Someone will write in the comments why. I'm assuming because soldiers crossed it or built it at some point. Okay, so prior to coming out and doing this trip, I obviously watched a lot of YouTube videos on the Great Glen Way, and I'm now starting to recognise things from other people's YouTube videos, and one of those is this honking great big derelict boat. I don't know. Some guy down there taking pictures. just over 3 miles in now, and this is the Caledonian Canal, heading up to the locks of Neptune's Gate. So what you don't see in all these other videos is the first kind of just over 3 miles of this hike is pretty much mostly through an urban built up area until you get to this point. I think this is really where the hike starts, truly. Oh. It's chilly, but I'm quite warm. So here we are, Neptune Staircase, quite a few locks. I think it's the biggest lock system on the Great Glen Way, possibly in Scotland. I'm not sure how many locks there are, but there's quite a few. These are all automated now, and at one time I believe that these were all manual. So I can imagine that was quite hard work. We're just over 4 miles in now from the start. Yeah, they seem to go on for quite a while. So we're just over 8 miles in now. Still on the Caledonian Canal, and yeah, not seeing hardly anyone now. Pretty much got it to myself. So the trip actually nearly didn't happen, as a couple of weeks ago when I was away with my partner, I had a seizure in the co-op and trapped my elbow between a solid concrete floor and my ribs, and evidently probably quite badly bruised the rib, or possibly cracked one. So I've been, if anybody's broken a rib or anything like that, they'll understand it can be really uncomfortable for quite a long time. So my fan dance training was put on hold for a couple of weeks, and I've pretty much been resting up until now. I have just tabbed run 1 mile, and whilst it was uncomfortable, it wasn't too bad. So I'm going to get up to 9 miles and then tap to 10 and then take a break. And then maybe take some painkillers as well. Weather's absolutely stunning. I couldn't have asked for better weather. Okay, so that's 9 miles. Okay, let's do this. Let's tab a mile, take a break. So we're actually heading to Gerlochy, which is at the south end of Lochlochie. It's not a bad place to stop. Goggins would be proud. Okay, that's 10 miles, 2 hours 43 minutes. That wasn't any fun at all. Let's not do that again anytime soon. So if anyone's curious about how much weight I'm carrying, not my personal weight, but in my pack, with food, water and all the camera equipment, it's just shy of 25 kilos. I'll put that in pounds underneath for those people not in metric. So I think what I'm going to do is hike into Gerlochy and stop there. That seems like a sensible place to stop. So I'm now at the point where I've got the Caledonian Canal on my left, and then to my right we've got the River Lochie. And we're cutting our way through the middle to Gerlochy, which is the south end of Lochlochie, as I've said before. I have to say that these boots, the Acro Pilgrim High GTXs, they're pretty good, you know. Not had any issues with them whatsoever. Broke them in really quick, dead comfy. Have got different insoles in them because I've got high arches. I'll stick a video up here somewhere of the video I did doing my first kind of tab in them. Whoa. Had 2 weeks off as doesn't half affect your fitness. Oh well, onwards to Gerlochy. So this, I believe, is Gerlochy, and we're going to cross this swing bridge for Augusta's 22 miles. Oh. It's the Commando Bridge. So when the commandos were pulling up to the station at Speen Bridge, this is where they would head to. looks like we're heading upwards. Whoa. I think what I'll do is I'm going to keep pushing on, and this takes us back down to the start of Loch Lochy, and I'm going to stop there. Oh man, that just looks amazing. Probably can't see it from here, but I think there's just something about snow-capped mountains. We don't get them in the south of England. That's definitely worth taking a second to look at. Okay, so we've now dropped down and heading on the west side of, heading northbound west side of Loch Lochy. So I'm going to just push on for a little bit further, just to about 1:30, and then I'm going to stop. So we're taking 5 here on the beautiful banks of Loch Lochy. So we've done about 12 miles in about 3.5 hours. So which is pretty good going, really. I'm quite chuffed for that. I'm going to try and push on now, I think, to one of the Trailblazer campsites. I think that's up near Invergary. I think that's another 12 miles, possibly, I think, or even maybe a little bit less now. So just going to rest the old feet in the back for a little bit and then crack on. Couldn't have picked a better place to stop, really. So it's like being at the beach. Okay, it's 2:10. I'm fed and watered and back on the trail. So probably going to look to do another 10 miles, possibly. See how we go. It's actually really cold down by the loch. As you sort of move away from it, get out in the sun, it's pretty warm. Oh. That was nice to stop and have a bit of a refreshment. Oh. Onwards and upwards, or alongwards. I think the upwards comes a bit later. So this is actually a dummy landing craft, and this was used for training for the Normandy landings, for D-Day. The soldiers would practice disembarking from these prior to heading across the channel. And the training was pretty intense. It was live firing as well, so I think it's quite a nice tribute that this has been left to for people to come and see, and we shouldn't forget about these things. You can imagine the men crammed in there, waiting for their turn as the ramp came down, to disembark. A hail of bullets. You know, not much of them, you know, most of them only just men. Oh, well, that's nearly a 20-mile day, just on 20 mile, and just coming towards the end of Loch Lochy, just a couple of miles out south of Lagan, and I'm going to stop here. So this, I believe, is one of the Trailblazer campsites. So it's a wild campsite, and they have got composting toilets. Costs a tenner to get a key, which you pick up at the beginning of the trail. However, it looks like someone was desperate, and yeah, someone's had the door off the hinges. So I'm going to camp here tonight, right on the shores of Loch Lochy, and yeah, and I think I'll be making good use of the facilities later. Oh, what a day! Right, let's go and find a spot. If you ever get the chance to come, even just to visit Loch Lochy, it's absolutely beautiful. Well, what a day. Covered just about 19.8 miles today. Those last few were pretty tough actually. Got a big day ahead tomorrow. If you're interested in the stats, I'll put them up just there, and you can check those out. Got the tent set up, which is good. Had something to eat, just having a hot chocolate. Beautiful setting on the banks of Loch Lochy. Just feel really lucky to be here, to be honest. This could be anywhere. This could be the Great Lakes. This could be in North America. You know, but we've got this in the British Isles. You know, it's a train journey away. So, feel like I've bought too much kit. I'm roughly carrying about 25 kilos, but when I look at it, you know, it's all essential stuff. There is a lot of camera equipment. Well, I say a lot of camera equipment. There's camera equipment and then the associated paraphernalia, power banks, to keep batteries charged. That's all kind of extra weight that if you weren't bothered about filming whatever you were doing, you wouldn't have that extra burden, so to speak. So, but I think I'm going to finish this off, use the composting toilet, and then get an early night ready for day 2, I think.